What up, y'all? This is Justin Muzack. You're now tuned into Hot Takes, where I give y'all my honest opinions about what's going on in the music industry. If you don't know, I'm a radio DJ, host, producer, and booking agent, and I create this show in order to have an open forum where we discuss the nuances and trends taking place in the music industry. And this week, I wanted to ask y'all, do you think do-it-yourself culture has affected the overall quality of music? And in my humble opinion, I would say probably so. Now, back in the day, record labels had artist development, and that was when they would discover a new artist. They would pair them with A&Rs, producers, writers, musicians, and they would develop their skills and their style, and eventually they would work on the first album and then albums to come after that. Now, in the early 2000s, YouTube became a thing, and also in hip-hop, down the line, people started releasing mixtapes on the internet. Now, instead of a label going to a nightclub and discovering a new act, the internet was an open market where labels could basically pick and choose which artists would be next, and they would help push their career forward after that. Now, it was cool because an artist could essentially build a team from the ground up. They could find a local videographer, local producers, local writers, whoever they needed to build a solid team to help them get on. And sometimes that meant the artist would have to figure out marketing, promotion, distribution for projects, selling CDs out the trunk, whatever they needed to do to get noticed. And it's great and all, but once releasing music became so accessible, and we're talking further down the line, SoundCloud and now streaming, it feels like the music has become very diluted because the market is so saturated with people trying to get on. And I'm not saying that everyone's trying to get signed to a label these days, because the internet changed that. You could make your own record label. You could do whatever you want, essentially. But it's become so much about marketing and packaging the music or the content, and less about making good quality music that sounds different. It's just kind of about, how can I gather the attention that I need to push this career forward? Now, I'm not saying that do-it-yourself culture is strictly for musicians or the music industry. I mean, we see it in TV and film, and we even see it in media. To be honest, this show is a product of do-it-yourself culture, because I write, I shoot, I edit, the music in the background is mine, I produce everything, but I think the overall product would be better if I had a budget, an official team, maybe a bigger media outlet to push it. That's just me. But more power to me, and more power to the other artists that do it themselves. I mean, there's a lot of power in that, creative control, etc., all that. But I think that when you have a team and you have people outside of you making the art or giving suggestions, it just makes the art that much better. And then you can focus solely on creating art. And I think that that's why that model worked in a lot of ways. But again, there's a lot of cases where there are certain people who've done it themselves, done it their way, and have been extremely successful. Odd Future, Selection, the list goes on. Stone Store Records. But at the same time, with technology and accessibility, it's become a thing where everyone's trying to sound the same in order to get the same results. That's why even when producers release beats on YouTube or on the internet, they have J. Cole type beat, Drake type beat, Meek Mill type beat. And a lot of times it's just based off of all right, let me make something popular so I could push that forward. Whereas I feel like back then with labels, it was always about how can we develop this person's style? How can we develop this person's uniqueness based off their talent? But that's just me. But what do you think in the comments? Please let me know. I appreciate y'all every week engaging with me and having even different opinions. This is what this show's about. Big shout out to Diamond Supply & Co. Once again, we're rocking them. Big shout out to them. They've been supporting and everything like that. But you know what it is. I'll catch y'all next week. Peace.